This episode is brought to you by SmartVestor. Connect with an investing pro near you at RamseySolutions.com/SmartVestor.
Neil is in Birmingham. Hi, Neil. How are you?
Hey, I'm very blessed to be speaking with you and Dave.
Thank you. How can we help?
Yes, sir. So my wife and I are working on baby step 4 and 6. We are both nervous about retirement and working with a financial planner or advisor. We've never worked with one before, but we both grew up in households with pensions, but no nest egg to fall back on. And so we're really nervous about the future. Neither one of us want to retire poor.
Good for you. Well, what you don't want from an advisor, I'm not sure why you're nervous. I want to hear that in a minute. But what you don't want is from an advisor is arrogance or dropping their glasses on the end of their nose and shaming or telling you what you need to do. These are all warning signs that you run from, that you should be nervous about. When you sit down with a good advisor, they should be teaching you and saying, this is how this thing works, and this is why I personally use it, and this is why Dave Ramsey recommends this, and here's how it works. And you say, well, I don't understand. Okay, well, let me teach you another way. Well, I still don't understand. Okay, then your job is to teach me, and then I will decide. I kind of think of it this way. I think about sometimes I go into a nice restaurant, and we ask the waiter, what's the best thing in here? You ever done that?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
And I don't always get what they suggest, because sometimes what they suggest I don't like.
Yeah, I don't turn
my choices over to them. I just listen to them, and then I make my choice.
Yes, sir. So we've been doing it on our own for several years. We basically started putting in 15%, I guess, about 5 or 6 years ago after we finally were able to.
Good.
And so we're trying to we're playing catch up because we are in our 50s now, and so we're trying to play catch up. And so, but our 401k is not kicking out the percentages that we hear on the show that the S&P did last year and everything. And so but we have talked to a couple of financial people. Some of them are out of state. We don't know the ins and outs of working with somebody out of state.
I would work with somebody in your neighborhood.
Okay. See, that's what me and my wife thought, but we were basically told by somebody we were old school, that's the old way of thinking. That
somebody's always got an opinion about your money. Have you noticed that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah. So what I did, listen, if you just go to Ramsey Solutions, you click on SmartVestor Pro, you'll find several people in Birmingham that we recommend, and we don't recommend them if they don't have the heart of a teacher and they don't agree with the stuff we teach here on the air. And so that's a baseline, and then you sit down and interview them and say, would I hire this person as my tutor, as my teacher?
Okay. So we're kind of nervous when we work with a SmartVestor Pro. But should we be willing to turn over our money to them? I don't know. We don't know how that works. A lot of it.
Well, your 401k you can't turn over. You have to leave it at your workplace. They can look at it for you and say, go back over to work, and that's a choice you could make right there that'd make you more. That particular fund outperformed the S&P. The 3 you got didn't. They can help you look at that, but they can't manage it. By turning it over, all it is you're setting the stuff under their management, but they're not going to do anything without you telling them what to do.
I got you.
It's not like you sign them onto your checking account. They're not authorized to do trades. They're not authorized to do anything unless you tell them to do it.
Okay. That's something we didn't know. We didn't know when we do it, do we just have to turn everything over to them?
I would put everything on the table and let them look at the whole picture.
Yes, sir.
But I'm not going to lose control of it. I don't lose control of anything. See, when I hire a lawyer, some lawyers get confused. They think they get to tell you what to do. And I'm like, no, you work for me. You work for me. Sir. You tell me what the situation is, and then I will decide based on the information you teach me about this particular law, about this particular situation, what I am going to do. And then I'm going to tell you what to do.
Exactly.
You want to keep in control as to who's in charge here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yes, sir. I completely understand. We're in our, like I said, I'm 52, so we're going down the track here, getting closer to.
Well, all you're doing is saying I probably can make my money work harder with someone who plays with money all day long teaching me.
Yes, sir.
That's all it is.
And that's okay.
That's all it is.
Well, yes, sir. That's what we will do then. We don't want to retire poor.
You're not.
That's the biggest thing we're nervous about.
You're not going to retire poor. You're going to retire rich.
Okay.
I can tell just by talking to you because you're freaking paying attention.
Well,
the people that retire poor don't bother to look at it.
Unfortunately, I think we look at it every day.
Well, see, yeah, you're just getting all twisted up, man. You need to get you a plan, ride the plan, and have a little peace in your finances. But yeah, that's it. Does it takes? I think not knowing is what kills you.
100%. The fact that I can already tell that guy's quite frugal just by listening.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
They're doing the right thing, and it's okay. Everybody has their moment at different times in life where they wake up and they go, oh crap, I got to get my money together. Mm-hmm. And so for some of us, it's a little later down the line. But to your point, once you start paying attention, there is time to make things right, especially if you're doing the Ramsey plan.